Good morning and welcome in on this Friday morning. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late, just about to go live, and my phone rang and it was a member of the family. So I always like to check and make sure there's no major emergencies going on. So yeah, here we are. Better late than never. So my name is Helen Jennings. I'm the Stampin' Up demonstrator based here in the UK, and we always try and come here on at least on a Monday and a Friday to do a bit of crafting, and that's what we're going to do this morning. Now, this morning so far is, phone call just as I'm about to go live. My porridge was lumpy, was stodgy this morning. Don't like it when it's stodgy. Morning, Jackie. So I'm hoping that that's not going to bode for the day, because it's a very busy day today. We've got a live now. I'm doing another live at 11 and then a class at 12. So we've got a busy day, trying to fit everything in to make sure that we don't miss out anywhere. So I think without further ado, we should get down to a little bit of crafting and a little bit of news and things I want to share with you. So let me bring in my downward camera. It's a beautiful sunny day here. Let's not, excuse me one moment. I don't want to take out my face entirely. If I take out my face entirely, I lose the audio. That's better. So this is me, a dizzy Love-a-Duckie this morning, I fear. But yeah, I'm Helen Jennings. You'll find me on my website at www.loveaduckie.co.uk, and you'll find me on all the other social media sites: Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everywhere else you'll find me under Love-a-Duckie. So do go and seek me out. Thank you, Angie. Good morning. Lovely to see you. Hello, everybody. Yes, do come on and say hello. It's always lovely to see who's here joining with us. And if you're watching on catch up, still say hello, because it's still lovely to know who's popped in, even if they weren't able to make it live. So yeah, so that's me. Let's move that to one side. I will just say, if you go onto my website after 10 o'clock this morning, I think that's when the post is scheduled, there is a blog post with all of my upcoming classes for October and November. So do go and check all of those out. Of course, we'll be hearing more about them, and they will be going up onto social media and all of those sorts of things. But as a first place, I was pulling a late night last night, which is probably why I'm having a dizzy morning this morning, making sure that those classes were all live for October and November. The October ones were there anyway. I've added in the November ones. And as I say, today's blog post is all about that. If you haven't subscribed to my blog, pop over to my blog and you can subscribe so that you get an email into your inbox every time that there's a blog post goes live. So with all the inspiration and things on there, you can keep up to date with what's happening on my blog just by subscribing to my blog posts. I thought I'd quickly share in a post in that box that arrived mid Facebook Live on Monday, for those of you that were watching. I did have my new paper pumpkin and a new kit, so I thought I would flash these at you. It's not neatly packaged like it was when it came, because I unpacked it for to have a look at it on a team get together, a team Zoom this week. So I think that's all the bits and pieces. Oh no, the stamp set and the blocks are under there. So, as with all paper pumpkins, all-inclusive kits, you get this lovely floral stamp set. So this is a nice sort of blobby image, and if you have any Stampin' Up things, you'll perhaps recognise this style as being reminiscent of the expressions in ink, paper and stamp sets, dies and things. So you've got this sort of lovely backgroundy, sort of reminiscent of alcohol ink technique stamp there, and then you've got this lovely floral image that you can stamp over the top if you want to, but of course you don't have to. A nice little array of sayings in there, sending hugs. You've got a mini, you've got a thanks for everything, so you can have many thanks for everything. You could do a bit of cutting and sending many hugs if you want to. Congratulations, many congratulations, you're amazing. Some nice little sentiments that you can make up with that. And in this particular paper pumpkin, you don't get one, you get 2 ink spots. So ink spots are our Stampin' Up ink, our classic ink, but in baby form. So we have a little baby bumblebee and a little baby evening evergreen in there. So 2 ink spots in this particular paper pumpkin kit. As with all paper pumpkins, when you get cards, you've got your envelopes. You can see that there's 2 different size cards there because there's 2 different size envelopes. Here are your card bases. Got a nice bumblebee yellow one there. You've got 3 of that one. You've got an evening evergreen one there. You've got 3 of that one. You've got a really pretty lilacs and pinks there. Again, you've got 3. And then all the bits that pop out and go on the top. So there's some little labels for your sentiments. Here's some pop out foliage that again, some in that sort of marble ink technique. So there's your 3 cards worth. Some lovely vellum pieces. So if I just take the one, you can see this is sort of an embossed vellum. You've got your big thanks sentiment there, and you've got this big floral image, really pretty. Some evening evergreen twine, some iridescent sequins, some stamping dimensionals. Somewhere there's some glue dots, so you don't even need to find your inks, that's all included. These are some really tiny little pop out banners, and then you've got these white embossed vellum panels and these evening evergreen marbly ink panels, just really lovely. So that is the paper pumpkin that has recently been released. I say all-inclusive kit. You do need a block to go with that one, and you need a pair of scissors. Other than that, you're good to go. Then we've got the new Christmas kit. So this is part of Stampin' Up's new kit collections. Lovely envelopes with gold foiling. You've got 8 of those. Got a little Night of Navy spot in this one. Again, you've got a stamp set with some Christmas greetings and some stars and some snowflakes on. You do get a block in these little kits, so you don't even need to find a block. And if you buy both kits, you've obviously got a block there that will see you going over both kits. You've got some blue sparkly sequins, snowflakes and stars, your dimensionals and your glue dots, some nice gold thread. Then you've got your bits that actually make up your cards. You've got 4 of each of 2 designs. So you've got this sort of snowy landscape on one design, and this foiled, and if you can pick up the shimmer and shine on those foil dots, and foiled Christmas tree on the other design. Some tags that you're going to stamp your greetings onto, some shiny gold stars, and then you've got all these cute little pop out elves and ladders, on elves tottering on the tops of ladders, elves pulling sleighs piled high with presents, and then you get 2 sheets of those to pop out and make your card fronts. So really, really cute. So whether you have never made a card in your life before, fabulous place to start, because obviously you get instructions in there as well, and that's just going to guide you through step by step. Or whether you are an experienced crafter but just just want a way to relax of an evening. You don't want to have to think. You want to do some no thought crafting. You want a class that somebody else, if you're a demonstrator, somebody else has designed for you. You don't want to have to think about it. You just want to sit in front of the telly or on the beach or wherever it is, and you want to create something pretty. The kits are fabulous. So those are those 2 kits that are now available while stocks last. Get them while you can. The whimsical Christmas one and the Expressions in Colour paper pumpkin. So that's what's some of the things that came in the post the other day. Now, as I say, I've got a very busy day today, and I was sort of rushing around thinking, what am I going to do? What am I going to do on my live? And I decided that quite a few weeks ago, I created some dice that have got sort of various different elements on them for some card making. So I thought today we would use the dice and we would take a chance on some crafting. So we're literally going to see what the dice tell us, and from there we are going to create a card. So I know no more than you do at this stage. I may need some help, so I apologise if this is really loud, but let's shake out these dice. Okay, so we're going to have a new something greeting, new baby, new job, new home, new something. So we're going to go with new. We're going to create a C6 card. We're going to have some ribbon on it. We're going to use some watercolour. We're going to have a punch somewhere along the line. And we're going to have some in colour too. So I have decided, in colour 1 was sort of like last year's in colours. In colour 2 is this year's in colours. So we're going to have one of the new in colours, a new something, a C6 card, some ribbon, some watercolour, and a punch. Okay. So I am thinking possibly All for Baby would be quite a nice place to start. Let me grab the dies that go with that. So we're doing a bit of, we've rolled the dice here, Glenda. We're going for, we are letting the dice decide what we're going to create. So I've grabbed the All for Baby. So for going baby card, I'm thinking we're going in colour 2. That's quite useful. We could perhaps do something with some combination of the soft succulent pale pie and fresh freesia. The dogs down the road are joining in. I think that they are giving their perspective on what we should be doing. So we've got that. We're going to want some ribbon. That will perhaps depend what colour we go for. So we picked out in colour. We know that we're going new baby. We're going to need to watercolour something. But we could do perhaps a little washing line with some watercolour background. So let's also bring in, I don't think we're banned from using other colours as well. So let's bring in something that we could do a bit of sky in the background. Okay, so I'm going to grab some shimmery white card and yeah, I'll go and grab some of these colours and let's see where that takes us. I got the dice from, I just got some plain wooden dice from Amazon, Lisa, and decided what I'm going to put on them. So let's have some of that. Some of that and some of that. And some shimmery white. Okay. I'll grab some cardstock to go with our ink pads. And I've grabbed some shimmery white. So we know we need a C6 card. So we know we're looking at a mat to go with a C6 card. I'm going to bring this down to 9.5 by 13.9. I'm going to wait and see where the colour takes us before I decide which card base to do. Let's bring in my water painters. Let's go with the big fat one. Squeeze some water through on that one. And I'm going to squeeze some water onto my card background, and then let's pick up some Pool Party, and let's just add in picked up some fluff somewhere on that, but we'll dry that off in a minute. Let's just add in a bit of sky in the background. Okay, I'm going to leave that to dry just for a minute. So we've done a bit of watercolour. If we don't come back and do any more watercolour, we have covered watercolour. Bring in our Author Baby, because I think we'll stamp some things hanging on our line. Let's grab some basic white and some blocks. Oh, got so much rammed into my little thing, I can't get my blocks out. I filled in a questionnaire yesterday asking me what blocks I used most regularly. That was an interesting thought process. And I actually decided that my top block was probably the C block, which is what I'm going to use for this one. Now let's have a bit of So Saffron. Now these are distinctive stamps, so we are going to get different shadings just from one stamp. Oh, that went a bit blobby. Let me see that it's quite an inky stamp. That's better. So we've got a nice soft succulent little sort of frilly vest just there. Let's have an all-in-one. Is that going to fit on there? Yes, it is. I think we'll go fresh freesia without all-in-one. Again, these ink pads, that one doesn't look quite so bad. If you've got the distinctive stamps, if your ink pads are very inky, you might find that it sort of distorts the image slightly. Let's go with some little bibs in a B block for that one, I think, and we'll have pale papaya bib. Beautiful. Is that going to be enough things on my washing line? I think we'll have a teddy. Let's have a teddy hanging on our washing line as well, or have a teddy somewhere, even if he's sitting watching. I'm going to ink him up with pale papaya. Let's see if we stamp him off first. Oh no, he's not quite bright enough if we stamp him off first. Let's go full strength pale papaya. There he is, little teddy bear. That's a bit better. Okay, so we've got a teddy bear, we've got a vest, a romper, a bib. Let's die cut some of those out and see where that takes us. So, teddy bear. Bib. Little romper. And a vest. I love the little coat hangers in these this set, and those little pegs. I might have to do some pegs. Let's die cut this first. Teddy bear. Bib. Romper. Little frilly vest. These cute little things. It's been a long time since they've been hanging on my washing line. I keep knocking my dies every time I go to run them through. Oh, teddy bear. Bib. Romper. Vest. And then let me go and grab some oddments of crumb cake, and we'll cut ourselves out some eggs. I'm feeling a bit twitchy because that's only 4 things. I might have to do something else just to make a 5th. Might have to do a different colour bib or something for the other end. either that or I'll have 3 things on the line and the teddy bear sitting underneath. That would work. Have things in 3s, don't you? So 1 set of pegs. Two sets of pegs, and last but not least, three sets of pegs. Let's put that little die back on its magnetic sheet, otherwise we might lose it. Okay, how are we doing here? Just going to give that a quick blast, so excuse the noise. Just a little bit damp still. And as it curled up, I just turned it over to help it curl back the other way. Okay, so now we have our watercoloured background sky. I don't know how well that's showing up for you. Let's take the washing line. You've got really cute little things like this, like these little hearts and stars and rainbows that you can add to die cuts or stamped images, little bows, these little pockets that you can add in. So lots of really cute elements. Lay this washing line down, let it find its level, and pick it up. I'm just deciding what colour to go with for the washing line, because I don't necessarily want it to be black. That might be a bit too in your face on this background. I've got grey granite here. Hopefully that will be dark enough. Without being too solid. Perfect. So I think we'll have our little teddy down here somewhere. Little pegs to peg these on the line. I only need 1 peg for our bib. And 2 more for our romper. Decide what colours of card we're going to go for, whether we want to go pale papaya Well, that's quite pretty. I think we might go fresh freesia and soft succulent. So we want to decide what greeting. I don't think we need to have the word new. They're my dice. I can make the rules up. It just needs to be a card celebrating something new. Shall we have hello little one, or little hands, little feet, big love? Congratulations on your growing family. That's quite a nice one, but inside, isn't it? I quite like hello little one. Let's have a hello little one. Now we still need to bring a punch into this somewhere. So I'm thinking we can make a nice banner end with this punch. So let's stamp that onto some white card, I think. And I think we'll go back to fresh freesia. I love fresh freesia. I must admit, I've not used it for such a lot, really. So it's good to be challenged to come out of your comfort zone. Not sure that I've got a comfort zone, really. Do like a bit of a play with anything. So there we are. Hello, little one. It's cute, isn't it? So now I think that middle one is 1/2 inch. So approximately 1.2 centimeters, something like that. We'll go curly. I think we'll have a curly end. I need just to trim a little bit more off of there. That's a bit squeaky, isn't it? Could do with an oil. Right, okay, that's better. That's perfect. Let's bring that in there like that. And then somewhere I have some nice gauges for this, but I'm just going to take the bit that's punched off that end and punch and lay it on that end. Work out what sort of distance I want. About there, I think. And I then just snipped that off. Let's remove that. So now hopefully, and I put that in there, it should do the other end quite nice and evenly. So there we are. We have a hello little one. And then we want some ribbon. And I'm just thinking, it'd be quite nice just to have some ribbon coming into here. And this pale papaya ribbon is quite a nice sort of solid, stiffish ribbon. It's not, too stiff to tie bows and things with, but it's got a bit more body to it than some of the other ribbons. which should mean it would make a quite nice little piece to sit underneath that punched greeting. Like that. Perfect. So now I think we need to start sticking a few of these things in place, don't we? And let's bring in some Tombow. I put a post up yesterday on my Facebook page asking what people's Stampin' Up adhesive of choice, what was their go-to. Tombow was certainly coming out top of the list. Oh, did you, Angie? Do you know, I'm very good, aren't I, at picking things that you've just got or about to play with. We don't confer beforehand. And well, even I hadn't even conferred with myself. This was as the dice declared. Let's have a little bit of, that's a bit too much glue on that peg. Let's take another peg. Just pinged my pegs, and let's share that glue amongst them. Pegging out the washing. And I think I'll just tuck a peg behind there. I think our teddy bear will put onto some dimensionals. Oh, absolutely it will. Angie using the baby set to, all for baby set for scrapbook pages for those little tiny babies. My youngest grandchild will be 1 in a couple of weeks. I've really quite missed out on the tiny baby stage. But quite enjoying the about to start walking and into everything stage. I'm going to stick this teddy bear so he does stick slightly over the edge of that. Mat, because we're going to put it onto some different mats. Let's find our glue dots and put a couple of glue dots on the back of this ribbon. And some dimensionals on the back of this sentiment. Let's take this tiny little heart and though it isn't strictly one of our colours, warehouse. Oh, there it is. Got things piled up everywhere. I'm going to take he didn't quite. Have a few little hearts in the background there. Put these away. Let's make myself a little bit of space. and we're going to have a 14.4 by 10 or whatever your first size mat is of soft succulent. And then we're going to, I think I'll come this way just because they sit nicer on the shelf, not quite so wobbly. So I'm going to score that. I'll make 2 card bases while I'm at it, and then I will be encouraged to use fresh freesia another day. Let's bring in Are you not quite ready for great-grandchildren, Jackie? Or is it just you're not sure that the grandchildren are ready to provide you with the great-grandchildren? It just all flies by so quickly, doesn't it? Have a few little rhinestones in there as well. Just for a bit of sparkle, because we can. Right, we obviously need to put some sort of an insert in that. It that's a basic white, 9.5 by 13.9. What shall we have sitting in there? I think actually quite tempted just to keep it fairly simple, and we'll just have some hearts in the corner here, and then I think we'll bring in this congratulations on your growing family. And back to our fresh freesia. And we'll pop that on the inside. And what do we think? Shall we have a teddy bear down there on the envelope, and a few little hearts on the flap. Right, C6, check. We have a C6 card. Ribbon, yeah, we've got some ribbon. In colour too, yes, we've used 3 of the in colours. New something, yes, it's a card for a new baby. Watercolour, we did a bit of a watercolour background. And a punch. We've got a punched ends on our little sentiment strip just there. So there we go. That's a bit of crafting by chance. We rolled the dice. Nobody knew what we were going to get or where we were going to go, but that's quite sweet, I think. So thank you for joining me. And if you are a UK demonstrator, do come and join us at 11 when we're going to be going live on the UK demonstrator page, playing with some kits. And then if you're coming along to my class at 12, I look forward to seeing you then. And if you fancy doing a class in the future, as I say, do check out that blog post that is going up in a very few minutes, another 5 minutes or so, with all my upcoming classes. So yeah, it's been lovely to spend some time with you, and I will be back on Monday morning when we'll do a bit more crafting. So yeah, we'll see what happens on Monday, what we get to play with then. So thank you for joining me. Have a lovely weekend, everybody, and I will see you very soon.